Yo, what's up, guys? BeatsbyHcien here. In case this is your first time, and in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I made this amazing Afro chill beat by Mickey Bend Your Back. And without wasting much time, let's get straight into the video. So yeah, this video I'm going to be showing you guys my presets, my thought process, and you can learn one or two things in this breakdown. So yeah, moving on, the first thing I did was I wanted that little bit of balance of Afro chill and a little bit of pace to it, so I went for the BPM of 101. That was the BPM that I went for, and I played this particular chord progression using the CZV. This is an tutorial plugin, by the way, and I'm using the time presets, and I played this chord progression. That was the first thing I did when I was making this beat. And another technique, when you're trying to get those nice chill whiskey kind of vibe when it comes to Afrobeat, you want to play on the 7th note. And if you still don't know much about music theory, click the link above and go learn one or two things that I have thought about it. So I was basically playing 7th notes, and this is what they all sounded like. So that was like the first thing I did. And when I did that, I felt like, okay, I already have an idea, because personally, I like to start with my melody. So you want to decide what you want to start with, maybe with drums, maybe with melodies or chord progression. But personally, I like to start with my chords just to get a feel of what the whole song should be. And in this particular project, I'm going to show you, gatekeeping. I was a bit lazy, so I just threw in a drum sample which sounded like this. And yes, guys, there's no harm in using samples. Even dated back to 90s, 80s, samples were already in the game, so don't feel guilty as long as you use it the right way. So yeah, I used this particular one just to complement with the chords. Yeah, it's not like I couldn't afford to do this, but I had something easier, and it's already interpreting what I want to say. So there's no award for who work hard, work smart. So that was what I did. And the next thing I added was this sound, and I think this was from Splice as well. Was a vocal chop, just to add a little bit of atmosphere to the whole song. There's no effect on it. So for the particular project, I made the beats, the artist mixed and mastered it, by the way. And for my drum, I added an EQ for the drum boss. And I feel the reason why I took this out was because I was having this high frequency that I wasn't really comfortable with. And that, I guess that's the only thing that's on my drums. Yeah, aside that, I did a little bit of gain staging to my kick, because the kick was already distorting when I brought it into the whole project. So I had to take it down by -25, just making sure the signal that is coming from the kick before going into my mixer channel is not really distorting. So gain staging, guys, you want to make sure you pay attention to gain staging when you're making your beat, because trust me, mixing starts from the beat process. So that was what I did here. And I think I also did that for the snare as well. And those were like the two things that I did for the drums, just to make sure they are not distorting. And I played this bass, and I was going for this live bass, make it feel like someone was playing it. And I'm using the BeatsbyHcien pick bass, and you can get that from my attire premium kit. When you go to the one shots and you go to the bass, you can see it around there, BeatsbyHcien pick bass. So you want to make sure you go purchase my pack quality, and I use it for most of my beats. And this is what I played for the bass. And for the bass, did I add anything? Yes, I just added a decapitator, and this is just a distortion. And I have this 8 to 9 out of 10 times. I'm always using these, and I'm always using either the dark fat or the beefy preset. So if you have Decapitator from Soundtoys, you can try to check that out as well. And this is just distortion so that you can hear the bass when you're using earpiece and all of that. And this is what I played for the bass. Like I said, I was trying to make it feel live. Yeah, that was what the bass sounded like. And trust me, guys, for this particular project, I think that was what the bass was sounding like for the verse. And like I always advise, you want to make sure you play different bass for your verse, different bass for your chorus. It helps to give this little bit of excitement. And this is the bass I played for the chorus part, just to give it a little bit of groove. And this time around I brought in more hi-hat sounds, more percussion sound based on the drums, because at the end of the day you want your chorus to be full and your verses to be a little bit spacious for the artist to vibe. And yeah, this is the bass for the chorus part. So that's what the bass sounded like for the chorus part, just a little bit of tweak. And for the verse, as you can see, I just have just like 3 sounds. Every 4 bars, I like to introduce something new. And the complementary sound that you can hear is another sound from Analog Lab. And this is just basically an American home grand piano. And this time around, you can see I'm adding in a passing chord, guys, just to add a little bit of feel. And after 4 bars, one thing I did was to, add a little bit of pom-pom sound. And and I'm using the sound from Chromaphone. If you want to get those nice mallets, those lines, xylophone, vibraphone kind of sound, you want to go get this VST. Trust me, guys, it's a very underrated VST plugin that I feel everybody use, and it's called Chromaphone. And this is what I played. So as you can see, guys, that was what I added there, just to give it a little bit of spice. Moving on to the chorus, that was where I added new sounds. Like I said, you want to make sure your verse, there's space. The chorus where the tempo goes up a bit, you want to like introduce new sounds. And I added this sound from Sky Keys. And as you can notice, and this sound is just a soft piano, just to add a little bit of weight. And it sounded like this. Added a little bit of movement for the piano. And as you can see, I'm strumming it just to give that live feel, And I added another sound from Sky Keys as well, and I pan it to the left. You want to make use of panning a lot, guys, because panning helps to, make your instrument and whatever you play wide. And in this case, I'm using an easy sign, and it sounds like this. Together with the drum. Just to give it more vibe. If you play it together with the other sounds, and I added another sound from Expand as well. Like I said, all what I'm just doing is just to expand it, and this is just for atmosphere, guys, just to give the beat a little bit of atmosphere for the chorus part. And yeah, sorry, I was supposed to show you guys what that is. That's a Shepherd's Dream, which sounds like this. So as you can see, guys, that was just what I was using to, add a little bit of atmosphere. And I was just basically playing same chord progression, just adding more sound, just to make it wide. And I was using the octave method. Some sounds are helping me to, stay on the low end of the beat, some the mid and some the highs, just a little bit of balancing. There's another piano from Expand, and I think this is and I got this guitar from Splice as well. And yeah, another free VSC plugin that I think everyone should go get is this particular one, which is the Surge. I use this a lot in my beats, so if you don't have these, make sure you go get it. It's free, has tons of preset that you would be able to use, and I like the lead especially. And yeah, the sound I'm using for this particular lead is called the Chatter. Yeah, like I said, I didn't mix this particular track. I just made the beat. So yeah, the next thing I did was I added this sound from JV 1080, and this was in the intro, guys. Just a little bit of wow sound, you know. And it is a Psycho EP from the Roland JV 1080. And yeah, you know, you want to make sure your first 5 to 10 seconds is really catchy. And one other catchy vibe that I added was this vocals on Splice. And yeah, like I always say, was the HCM beats without vocals. So this is what it sounded like. I'm trying to drown out the noise. Trying to drown out the noise. Yeah, yeah. Roll me up another pound. I'm trying to drown out the noise. Trying to drown out the noise. So you can hear the wow sound. You can hear what it sounds like. So this is one of the killer sounds that I also liked as well. And yeah, this is what the intro sounded like. And for anybody asking, how did I do the whole atmosphere sound? Is this VSC plugin right here, and it is called the Monster Soundscapes. I've shared this a lot of times. It is free as well, and you can get a lot. If you're looking for those nice night live view, you can even have a little bit of beach with fire, jungle vibes, rain with fire. I'm always using the nights in the city, you know, just to give those real life atmospheric city vibe. So you can get this. It is free, and you just hold one. You just hold one note, and that was how I was able to achieve the whole background stuff. And if you also make movie score, I think you need to get this. And this is what the intro sounded like, by the way. Then from there, moving on to the verse. I love the way you bend your back. You really giving it on that. Bend your back. You really giving it on that. Good love. You got me really make I set you down. Cause this your body just say hold me for a war. Ooh, girl, I got your back. And you can see I'm a bachelor. So maybe walk on my bachelor. Cause the way you moving, girl, is dangerous. Bend your back. Bend your back. Bend your back. Bend your back. Bend. And that was basically it, guys. Less is more, like I always preach. And as you can see, I was just basically playing same thing all through different plugins, different instrument, different sound, making use of the octave thing that I always talk about. And I was lazy in this part, and besides, I already knew what I wanted for the drums, and I saw something that could do it, and I did it. And I'm using a HCN one-shot bass to create those nice bass groove just to get. And I've done a video on bass as well, so you can click the link and go watch the video if you still don't know how bass works in terms of pattern and all that. And yeah, just a quick video showing you guys the beat breakdown. The song is out, Bend Your Bar by Mickey. Make sure you click the link in the description and go stream it. I hope you learned one or two things from this video. Yeah, till I catch you guys in the next video, remember to always stay productive. Peace.